Hey guys, start of another week. I just thought I'd show you me packing my truck after I've had a week off. So I'm putting extra gear back in. I had to take a fair bit out because someone drove the truck for a week for us. But you know, every week my bed gear comes out, stuff like that, everything gets washed. So you know, I just thought I'd show you what I got to go through every week. And having the big bed's nice. It's just really hard to put your bedding gear on. It's because you don't have a lot of room to stand. So I'm gonna flick over to like a what do you call it, time lapse now, so you can see what I've got to do to wrestle with this bed. Like I said, big bed's really nice to sleep on. It's just a pain in the butt to set up. All right, let's get into it. We worked up a sweat doing that, but after living in it for a couple of years, you get to work out how to do stuff. What I got to do now is I'm going to unpack my clothes and stuff. I've got to go shopping. I got all my medicines and stuff that I have to take every bloody week, and a few other bits and pieces over the house still, like my toiletries and things like that. So I'll unpack my clothes, I'll go and do my shopping. Now you got a bloody blowfly in the truck, and yeah, it's just socks, jocks, friggin' shorts, t-shirts, a couple of work shirts, and a couple of pairs of long pants, because you can't rely on the weather in Melbourne. It's pretty random down there. But even here today, it's 25, 26 degrees here today. Yesterday was 40. So tomorrow's supposed to be a bit warmer again. But I've looked at the weather in Melbourne. So what I do in Melbourne is I cook my own tucker down there. When I get back to Sydney, I buy me dinner in Sydney, or I have stuff with me that I take inside, because you know, like I have a couple of guys that I sit down with, and you know, we just chew the fat, talk crap, and save the world's problems at dinner time. But usually in Melbourne, you know, there's guys down there I meet up with, but we all run on different times, so we only catch one another every now and then, and we don't get to sit down and have a chow and a chat so much, except for the mornings when we get there. We all roughly arrive around the same time, but we all leave at different times. So half of us are still sleeping, and half of us are up exercising, walking around, doing something. So yeah, so I'd buy stuff and take me tucker with me and cook it down there, and I might buy salads and stuff in Sydney or for Sydney. So but we'll get me bag unpacked, and I'll go and get some more crap out of the house to put in, all my toiletries and things like that, and yeah, I'll go shopping. All right, hats, because you can never have too many hats. That's my coffee mug. Spare belt, which I chuck up here with me stubby holders. I just take paper plates with me, just for the simple reason they're just easy. I've got metal ones for when I'm having steaks and stuff like that, so I don't have to worry about slicing through a paper plate. But the rest of this stuff is just my clothing, so things like my shirts. It's got some jackets in it. Excuse me. Shirts go in here. These little cupboards at the back, a lot of people complain about them, but I use them. You know, they're good. Because the ones at the top of the cupboard, they're a pain in the ass, because the door right on the front and they're vertical. Every time you open it up, everything falls out of them. So I use them for me wet weather jackets and me jumpers, stuff you don't have to grab so often. These are my shorts. A couple of pairs of long pants. And then my jumper can go in here. You can see I'm big on folding stuff gently and putting it away easily. There's my jocks, my socks, and that's that bag empty. All right. So the next thing is we'll go and get the other stuff out of the house, toiletries and things like that. I only put the toiletries up in these cupboards on the side. So that bag I just stuffed down the end of my bed there. And that's that done. All right. We'll go and get the rest of the gear and yeah, chuck it away, and then I'll go shopping. See you in a little bit. Righto, so I'm back from shopping. 2 bags. This isn't what goes in the truck every week, because sometimes you run out of stuff. Like, you know, I buy these things just for a snack through the night, because there's no fat, no sugar, no, you know, garbage. Oh, there's bugger all sugar, but there's no garbage in them. Popcorn's a healthy snack, especially when it doesn't have butter and stuff on it. So these ones are just lightly salted. I buy these as well. They're from the health food aisle of Woolworths. They're just a rice cracker or rice chip, so they get used as well as a snack through the night. But we'll start stacking the fridge. So I have my drinks. So I make my own electrolyte drinks, things like that, and take with me. I go through a lot of milk because I make smoothies, make coffees, things like that. So I 4 litres every week, 3 to 4 litres a week. This is all no fat milk, so you can eat healthy on the road. Just got to discipline yourself to do it. Now, I chuck water in because I use the water to drink, but also make me coffees and things like that. But the other good thing with this stuff is, find out which bag I put it in. Here, these. If you get sick of drinking water, you used to only buy these online. These are called Water Drop. They're a vitamin micro drink. They're little cubes. Anyway, actually, I got one open up in here. These are blueberry ones. It's like an iced tea. So what you do is, one of these goes in one of them 600ml bottles of water. It's really only a tiny little thing. Put that in there, chill your water down. If you get sick of drinking plain water, I love water, but if you get sick of drinking plain water and you just want something different, but it hasn't got all the garbage, no sugar, no nothing in it, these are they're electrolytes as well, but they've got vitamins in them. You can, on the front of them, it tells you what sort of vitamins are in them. So, you know, I've got a cola one here, and I've got a berry. The cola's got C, B3, B5. The berry's got like 9 vitamins in it, so I use those as well to drink. Then me food and stuff like that. Actually, I'll put that butter there. I got leftover pork from a pork roast I did last night, so that'll go good for sandwiches or just on a sayo or something. I have cheese, I have this chutney, so I take that with me as well. I got yogurts because I have yogurt, that and half a cup of muesli, and that's my breakfast. I only usually eat 2 meals a day, but I make smoothies and things like that. So I've got blueberries, I've got bananas, because banana and blueberry smoothies are awesome. So then I've got salads. So I've got a Greek salad, chicken Caesar, and a Mexican salad. Now, I'll have those, like the chicken Caesar, that'll be a meal on its own for me. Usually when I get back to Sydney, I'll have that one in Sydney, because I said I sit there and eat with a couple of fellas, and like I said, we just talk shit. The Mexican salad and the Greek salad I'll have with something that I've cooked. So in the fridge here, or in my bag, if I can get this stuff to fit in here, it's always the trouble. You always take too much with you, or the containers are just the odd sizes. So I've got steaks, a couple of peppered steaks, and then I've got a couple of pork steaks. And what I do is I cook those. I've got a little burner, a fry pan, and I cook that stuff in there. So that gets me like this, you know, a couple of meals out of that too. So, and then I also make my own soft drinks, just a soda stream. So instead of buying soft drinks on the road that are sugar filled and unhealthy, I make my own soft drinks. So it's just a bit of a, you know, break up the boredom of some of the stuff you have to drink or eat, or you think you're stuck eating and drinking all the time. And then there's me butter and me cheese. So a bit of pork, cheese, chutney on a sayo. It's going to go magic. These little fridges are good. They freeze as well as just refrigerate, but don't ever put ice cream in them. I found that out when I used to run to Perth. Ice cream does not stay in there. I bought some, what do you call them, friggin' Magnums or whatever it was, stuck them at the back, but I got part way across the Nullarbor. I thought, oh, I felt like an ice cream, pulled the stick out, and that's all that came out. So they're no good for ice creams. So, but it keeps your food frozen. So I don't know what it is with milk, but yeah. And then just me, oh, I know I forgot something. Oh well, I treat myself with a couple of Oreo packets here and there. You know, those packets will last me weeks and weeks and weeks, because I don't eat a lot of those. The other thing I eat a fair bit of, I don't have the time to make my own, is biltong. So I just had a week off and I should have made it. I had plenty of time to do it then. With coffee biscuits. So make my own coffees, and then, you know, or iced coffee even. There's me coffee biscuits back in the cupboard. And then banana bread. Now, if you haven't tried it yet, one of these, this is a $15 microwave toasty maker. You chuck your banana bread in that and it is magic. So put your banana bread in there, that there. Oop, actually, I'll put one of my water drops in my bottle of water. And go a cola, just for shits and giggles. See what that's like. Right, open him up. In there like that, that's it. And as you can see, overfills the bottle a bit, but that's dissolving in there, all right? That'll go back in my fridge. One of my cold drinks for later. Put these up here. So in this cupboard's me knives and forks, you know, me biscuits, me snacks, things like that. And then I usually put my other snacks up behind me telly where my window shades and that are, and that's it. that's me ready to go for the week. So I'm going to go over now, have a shower. It is 11:30. I leave here in a couple of hours, so I'll go over, have a shower, have a snooze if I can grab a couple more hours, and then it's a case of off we go. Talk to you later. Righto, so we're on our way, but the after treat light has come on the truck. So my first stop when I get to Nowra is to go around the mechanic up there and find out what the hell's going on with this light. Could be one of 8 or 10 things. Sometimes it's to do with the AdBlue system. Sometimes it could be something like a crank angle sensor or anything. So go around and fix that up, or see if we can fix that up, find out what the issue is, and yeah, go from there. All right, here we go. Mr. Policeman. Righto, so I'm going to still call in the mechanics. They see they can still call in, plug into it and check to see what the issue might have been. It was a bit doughy to start with the battery, so it could have just been something to do with that even, but we'll work it out when we get there, and then we'll make our way up to Sydney. So sit around and hang around for a couple of hours up there before we head to Melbourne. All right, we'll just yeah, continue on. So I've made it to Albury. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get a cuppa, have a bit of a walk around, help wake myself up a little bit, because just this last stretch you start feeling a little bit doughy sometimes. So I'm just signing off, go in and grab a cuppa. I've got to clean my fridge out because bloody one of my drinks leaked in there, I noticed, so I'll just grab some paper towel from here and I'll give it a wipe out and get sorted again. Go and use the amenities. Alrighty, we'll be back. So I'll clean the fridge out here in a minute. I'll have my cuppa, go for a wander around the truck, just kick the tyres, make sure they're alright, and then we'll get going. Oh. Well, I'm here in Melbourne. I'm at a truck stop. So I'm going to go in, brush my teeth, and yeah, just get myself ready for bed. I'll chuck my window shades up in a sec before I go in there. I've got to sign a book to say I'm here for a long amount of hours, because this mob cracks down on people just parking trucks and leaving them. If you're here for longer than 2 hours, you've got to go in and put your name, your rego in the book, and the council comes around, and if you're not in the book, you cop a $110 fine. So I forgot to do it a couple of weeks back, but luckily the council hadn't been around, so I raced inside when I woke up and put my name in the book. But they get around here at all hours. I've seen them here at 7:30 at night, so they're not just limited to daylight hours. But I'll go inside, and like I said, I'll brush my teeth, and I'm not going to have breakfast. I don't feel like eating, so I'm just going to go straight to sleep. Alright, I'll see when I get back to the truck. Alright, got myself a cuppa. Yeah, I'm going to have a lay down. I'll finish up making this truck nice and dark, and it'll be just a case of go to sleep, put my earplugs in so I don't hear the busy road next door to me. Typical Melbourne weather. There's blue skies to the north, it's black to the south. It's not supposed to rain down here today. I hope it's not, because I want to cook my dinner this afternoon. I've got steaks that need to be eaten. So I'm hoping it doesn't rain. Well, I'll go and finish my cuppa off, and I'll talk to you guys later. So I'm just setting up to have dinner. As you can see, I'm in a truck park, or truck stop, and the Serenity's friggin' awesome. But what we're going to do tonight, or today, is I'm cooking a couple of pork steaks in my fry pan, and I got a Mexican salad to go with it. So this is how you can eat healthy on the road instead of eating truck stop tucker. Alright, fry pan's nearly warmed up, I'll get it in. Righto, 10 minutes is all that takes to cook some tucker. So here it is. Bit of pork loin fillet, marinated, and some Mexican salad. And the other pork loin I'll use for cold meat, something like that, you know, snack on or whatever it is. Or if I'm hungry, I'll go again. But I think this will do me. Alrighty, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy me tucker. That's me mate Mark there. He works for a mob called Winston's. Yeah, so we catch up down here every now and then. I'm going to sit here and enjoy me tucker, and I'll go and catch up with him after I've had a feed. See yous.